it is not in the wish of any nation that we should be in this kind of situation we find ourselves. But we are in it already. My state is one of the states that does not have what I call the necessary resources to be able to do so much. But one thing you will not take away is our paying attention to the people. Because everything is not money. The attitude of a leader matters. The conduct, the behavior, and where leaders need to come to the level of the people, talk to the people, let the people see reasons where things are what they are, and the way forward, where the input of the people will give them succor, their input, what they think or how they imagine things should run in the overall interest of the country. So let me, at this junction, say that Nigerians have a lot of expectations, and these expectations are not met, and they are not happy. We must not deny the fact that as leaders, we must equally take responsibilities. When we are wrong, as parents, as fathers, as mothers, as people in charge, custodians, we must take responsibility. That is one problem I've found missing here, one issue I've found missing here. It is either those of us in authority, we are shifting the blame, we refuse to take responsibility as may be necessary, and this angers the people. For instance, when my children knows I've done the wrong thing, I should not cover these wrong things with the fact that I'm older than them, or I am the one responsible for their finances, or without me they cannot survive. Those are attitudes that must change. For me, the federal government has not done well. And may I say this with all sense of humility, that not because I'm not in APC or whether I'm in PDP. You see, whatever you say today, during the 2015, just before the 2015 election, during the election, after the election, the hopes were raised. Nigerians had expectation. They thought by now this expectation, yes, it's not easy to meet all expectations, but there's what they call hope that keeps everybody going. That, well, if we get this to this level, there's hope that we'll get to another level. Well, we're not on any level now. What pains me most as a Nigerian is that the president will be talking as if we're still in military era. The president will say, I won, I order, and all that. The president should be persuasive, should come to the level of the people. We're in a democratic setting. We should be able to tell the people, oh, we are wrong. We found out later what we said to you was not what we meant it to be. Let me take, for instance, for you to listen. Severally, I've criticized the federal government telling us they've defeated Boko Haram technically, telling us we are out of recession. When you have defeated Boko Haram, what do you need $1 billion, 365 billion naira to do? If a battle is half won, then the cost of running that battle will have reduced. The federal government earns the most. Almost 54% of our earnings goes to federal government. It's in their purview to protect Nigerians. Look at the crossover here. Look at the killing in Kaduna. Look at the killing in Rivers. Look at the killing in Benue and in Kwara and many more. Shows that we're not secured as a people. You see, the country is loose. And when you look at the spendings on security, you start wondering, are they spending for people to die the more? The hunger in the land. For instance, if you tell me what are the security challenges in Ekiti, I will tell you that Ekiti is one of a peaceful state. If I get my own resources from the $1 billion, I'll be able to make life more comfortable for the people, because my own Boko Haram is hunger haram. People are hungry. Hunger haram, hunger. When you shoot a man now, the man dies immediately. But when hunger is killing somebody who has diabetics, somebody who is in trouble, he cannot eat, the night will look longer than usual. Parents that cannot equally pay fees, meet health challenges of their wards, they die daily. They are in pains. As leaders, we must be able to come out and say, yes, we have not done enough. I was expecting the president to admit that something is wrong with the issue of fuel. Look at the hardship of the people at these times. The president cannot deny. Some of them were telling us it is the problem of NNPC. What is NNPC? What is federal government? That is not taking responsibility. That is dodging your responsibility. That is shifting blames. I wish the president would have people that will be sincere to him. Let them go out now and listen to Nigerians. So what I'm saying in effect is that while we believe God for tomorrow and the fact that all is not well with our nation, we must learn to take responsibility. You see, today it is President Buhari. Tomorrow it might be an Igbo man. It might be a Yoruba man. One leader must have courage enough to redirect our future. One leader must be courageous enough to come to power and say it must not be only Yoruba people that must be in power, that must fill all offices. It must not be an Igbo man, because I'm an Igbo man, that must fill all offices. It must not be an Hausa man that must fill all offices. But Nigeria is so divided. If you look at the city of Abuja today, you can hardly again call Abuja a capital city. Abuja is so dirty. Not the Abuja of the days of El Rufai. Not the Abuja of the days of other ministers that are served in Abuja. Abuja is so dirty, no light. You start wondering whether Abuja is a boss or Bob. I am going to get old one day. But it must come to everybody's understanding that old age is good, but old age does not come with energy. If my son now is still struggling to be a counselor with me in my ward, I'm 57 now. If my son is still struggling with me, some people are still struggling to be council chairman at 60-something. For instance, in my state now, if you're over 40, you will never win our ticket as councillor. What would we leave for these young people? A 39-year guy became president of France. That is why young people must learn from what has happened between 2015 and now. It's a conscious decision they have to make beyond party lines. It's a conscious decision. They have to take a decision that this generation of theirs will not, so that this generation of theirs will not be a waste on daily basis today. 8 or 9 of 10 young people have no job. Look back. The same name we have been hearing since when we were in school. Obasanjo, Danjuma, Babangida. These are names we have been hearing. They should leave the stage. I wonder if somebody will come and make me minister at 60, 65 to do what, sir? If you want to go to Senate, they can go to Senate where they can use their wealth of experience. To be president, to be governor, you need a lot of energy. And I'm telling you, anybody advising President Buhari to contest will be deceiving him. They will be doing a disservice to this nation. There are so many young, vibrant characters in the APC. President Buhari, if he wants to be fair to Nigerians, allow this country to move on. Allow this country to move on. Go look at Mandela. Mandela came and saw the situation, gave his best, and honorably said, I will not contest again. Can we not be honorable for a moment? President Buhari should behave like a Mandela. Should allow this country to move forward. Should allow young people. There are so many young people around him. So many people. For me, if anybody picks an old man in my party, I would dodge that person. No? I would dodge that person. President Obasanjo was president at 62. He left at about 70. You understand? Even himself, when he was leaving, he was tired. He was still seeking a third term. You can see how greed can disturb good deeds. So I want you to know that so far we have the APC has not delivered on their promises. That's why you see all this arrest. Even though they know that courts will absolve most of them, if not all of them. It's a sheer blackmail. The stealing in this administration is worse than ever I've ever seen. We must rise as a nation beyond religion, beyond sentiments, beyond ethnical divides, and look for a president, a man who would have will have his back, he will have our back, so that this country can move forward. We should encourage young women, encourage young people and women. In my state, my policies are majorly targeted at women, because the moment you get women, you get a larger population, you get their children, and they know that the government is paying attention. Every woman has a control on his family. So, for me, I am disappointed at that speech of the president. I am so surprised. The president has addressed Nigerians for more than 20 times, saying the same thing, promises that are empty. Look at the cabinet. Look at the scandals. Are you saying all members of your cabinet are saints? He's got to reject that cabinet, re-energize it. Beyond the fact that I'm a PDP, I'm a Nigerian first. That is entitled to the support of a president. If I were president of Nigeria today, I will allow 10 billion naira base model for all states of Nigeria. After that, other states can get more, depending on population, depending on land mass, and all. But if every state can get 10 billion naira, 10 billion naira will be an equivalent of what they just want to take for Boko Haram now. And I have my own Boko Haram, which is Hunger Haram. Hunger is catching a lot of people in my state. When people eat, they can reason. They have sense. They tell us light will come. Power will change. As soon as President Buhari becomes president, dollar will be 1-to-1. There will be light everywhere. Refineries will start working. We are tired of endless promises. Endless promises. Third year into it. This is the third budget of our president. Is this how we are going to continue? So I want Nigerians to go, both parties should go and look for young people like me. I'm a young man. I have energy. If they don't want me, let them look for somebody else who has energy, who has what it takes, and experience. When you go to look for a job abroad, they don't ask for your certificate. They ask for your job experience. What have you done? What have you done where you're coming from? What have you to offer us? So, for me, there's so much to be desired. There's so much going on that is only God that can save this country. When Asiwaju Bola Ahmed of Lagos State was in crisis in his party, I rose up to equally say he's the leader in our zone. I did not look at situation because I'm from PDP or anything. I say it as it is. You see, the number of things we have to do and we have to say. Whether we say it or we don't say it, God will still do what God will do. When Asiwaju has always been opposed to me all my life. When Adebayo was there, he was with Adebayo. When Fayose was there, he was with Fayose against me. Even when I worked for their party, they were against me. But that does not take away the truth that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Bola Tinubu is a major force, is a leader in our zone. If Asiwaju brings benefits to the Southwest, it is Southwest standard that will take it, not whether APC or PDP. That is not the issue. So, for me to come and say it is because President Buhari is in office, no. Where we need to criticize, we criticize. When the President Buhari's son had an accident, I spoke up. When it was during his birthday, I spoke up. I even challenged him that he don't wish me well during my birthday. So it is not for these criticisms is not, they are not unto death, but they are unto correction for the good of our nation. Or you want to tell me that there's no nepotism in our country? So you want to tell me the president is ruling with fairness to all zones? No, He's not doing that. He needs to change. And it is pressure. We all have to put pressure on our leader. There's nothing personal between me and President Buhari, but we need to tell a leader, you are speeding. When a driver is speeding, we tell the driver, this speed is too much. It can consume all of us. When the driver is sleeping, you have to tap in. You're sleeping. Does it mean you hate the driver? But you want to save your life and save the life of the driver. Let me tell you, political parties are vehicles. They're just a way, a platform. You see, look at me very well. With all due respect, I like Ambode. I see things. I'm not in APC and I will never be a member of the APC. I see Ambode. I see a few things. You might say, how did Ambode come to be governor of Lagos State? But he's now using that opportunity to put Lagos in order. I'm not campaigning for APC. I'm talking about the person of Ambode. This is my style of life. And I'm bold to say it anywhere. I don't send you. If PDP say, if I should go, I say, I'm on my way. Before you even say, I pack my load, I'm going. I'm an asset to my party. When God said I will be governor again, I told Nigerians. My wife, you call this, mentioned it. And it happened. And I'm telling you again, in due course, I will be president of this country. Well, I just want to pray for Nigerians and Nigeria. God will take away all pains. And we pray that our oppressors, God will oppress them. God will take away our tears, wipe away our tears. Our hope and expectation for 2018 as a nation will come to fulfillment. And we want to pray for our president, that God will grant him wisdom to lead this nation right. Because as it is now, we are drifting. That God will help him to complete this tenure, and the promises he made, he will be able to fulfill it. So that is my prayer for Nigeria. That the president, God will enter his heart and tell him that he should be honorable, like the former president of South Africa. I should go home and rest.